Hey, here we are. Show number 317, June 14th, 2020. Hope everybody's doing well. I just posted the link in the tube and on Facebook, so hopefully you guys see it. You can pop in. A busy week. Things been zipping along, and we're definitely into summer weather. That's for sure. Let me go ahead and get this going here. Make sure everything is good. Yeah, looks like we're good. So if anybody can pop in. 1 week till Father's Day. Next week is Father's Day, I think. Yes, the 20th or 21st. 21st, yeah, 21st. So coming up fast. Only a couple weeks till 4th of July. 3 weeks, I guess. 2.5 weeks till 4th of July. So that's almost the middle of summer. Kind of crazy. Things zipping by pretty fast. That is for sure. So I think there was some camera news this week. I saw something in my feed about Canon new mirrorless series. What is it? The R5 and the R6 coming out, and that the prices would be were revealed or would be revealed, and they were coming out, I think, on July 3rd or 4th, something like that, over July 4th weekend. So if anybody has any information on that, that'd be kind of fun to talk about. Let me take a look and see what the release date is for that. I just saw that in my feed a couple days ago. July 2nd, supposedly. On around July 2nd. I don't know what the prices are. It doesn't say. Interesting. So I know that's the maybe the biggest release on the mirrorless front. Maybe at least on the mirrorless front, maybe not on the camera front. But it's coming up in just a few weeks, so save up your pennies. If you got a sack full of pennies and you want a camera, that's the one to get. I know Dennis will be buying that one, right, Dennis?
I didn't see what you were saying. It's
the Canon R5 and R6, the new mirrorless cameras that they've been talking about for the last 6 months or so. I guess they're coming out July 2nd, supposedly. So.
Right. Well, Wes is the Canon man, isn't he?
Yes, he would probably have all the latest news, but I still don't know I haven't seen anything about what the prices are. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Full frame, is it?
Yes. No, it's the EOS. So that's, is that a crop sensor? I think it is. Let's see what it is. I think it is. Yeah, it's the, no, it's a full frame. Yeah, they're full frame. Yep. The difference is one has got 8K and the other one doesn't, I guess. Yeah, the R5, the R6 has 4K. The R5 has 8K video, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah. That's going to take up a lot of file space.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't know. I guess, do you really need 8K? I don't know.
Yeah, 4K is fine, but one of the satellites is broadcasting 8K.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got anything to display it on. My TV, I just scale it down to 4K.
Yeah, I mean I guess they do have 8K TVs now. They're probably small ones, maybe 30, 32-inch.
Yeah, so you
can imagine probably very expensive too.
Yeah, it's going to cost a fortune.
Yeah. You need a lot of bandwidth for that. That is for sure.
Yeah, I think it's one of the. I was looking on NASA's channel. They broadcast 4K, but I think there's an 8K satellite broadcast as well.
Oh, okay.
I've got nothing to. I mean, the images are superb off of the satellite. What they're in 4K, but
yeah, I would say even scaled down to 4K, they're probably really good. But
yeah.
But
I don't think I'll be buying an 8K anything for a long time.
Well, we just bought a bigger 4K TV last year, so we'll have that for probably 10 years, I would think at least. And maybe by then 8K will be affordable. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. Well, 4K monitors cost so much money. I can't believe they cost what they're asking. You know, like some of them are $5,000.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, my large monitor here that I've got in the middle one is was it a 32-inch, and I decided just to go with full HD because a 4K that size would have been 3 or 4 times the price. It would have been almost $3,000, whereas this one is full HD, which is I think fine, and it was $450 or something like that. So.
Yeah, I mean you can get 4K monitors now, but if they're 100% sRGB, then you know they're still quite expensive. But like say, £400 to £500 for a 32 is not too seriously expensive.
No, and the main thing is the video cards in your computer have to be able to support it.
Yeah,
that's the big thing, and mine can, but it wouldn't have been as fast probably. You know, I would have had to get an upgrade the video card another level to get, you know, bigger memory, you know, more memory and a little faster processor for 4K. So
yeah, I was looking at a computer this week, a Nook, NUC Intel.
Oh yeah, the little Intel things. Yep.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. I was looking at the one what's out Canyon. Summit Canyon. That's got an Intel processor, but the graphics card is an AMD, and it's like married to the chip.
Huh. Okay.
They said it was a marriage that was never going to happen because they were always rivals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's really small, absolute tiny thing. But yeah.
Well, I built a music server out of a little NUC. It's a little, it's not a super high end, it's a pretty basic one. I think it's an i3 processor, so not real big, but I got that with a small SSD drive for like $300. And the thing is, it's it's a few inches, 4 or 5 inches square, a couple inches tall, and no fan, super quiet. It can fit anywhere, and it just runs. I mean, I've rebooted it twice in 10 months.
Yeah, this one's got fans in it, but it was i7 chip.
Okay.
Yeah, with a 4 gig graphics AMD graphics card, but it's got two M2 slots for SSD storage. Up to I think they can take 4 gigabyte and 32 gigabyte RAM. Yeah. I think mine has 16 gig of RAM. It's got an M2 slot, so it's got this, it's able to take the really high speed chip. And that's all I need. I just needed a little bit to load on. The music server I use is it's Linux based, so it's real small, but it does some DSP sound processing as part of it. So you need to have some processor power to do that. Yeah, I was just thinking, like this iMac's 8 years old now, and I was just looking alternatives, what there are out there, but it's about £1,000 to buy. That's with the SSDs and the RAM, but it's still way underneath what a new iMac's going to cost. Oh yeah, you're gonna be $5,000 or $6,000 for that probably. Yeah, if you buy the Pro, it's $5,000 over in this country. Yeah, so it'd probably be a lot cheaper in America because this is Treasure Island. Yeah, it's still going to be $4,000 or $5,000 here probably. I mean, I haven't looked at the iMac Pros, but I got to imagine they're over $4,000. Yeah, it's usually dollars for pounds. We pay pounds, you pay dollars. Yeah. But I got to imagine it's probably a basic iMac Pro is probably going to be $3,000 to $4,000, and if you trick it out with all the features, then you probably get up to $7,000 to $8,000 before you know it. There's I looked at the 5K iMac. There's a cheaper one which is about $2,000. It's only got 8 gigabyte of RAM, and it's got one of these hybrid HDD 250 SSD. So it's a bit of a hybrid drive.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, 5K screen though is worth maybe considering, but.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's kind of where things, especially for photos. If you're going to be doing large photo files, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, 5K is. Yeah, I don't make my eyes a 5K anymore. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. How's it going, Wes?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Good. You guys still getting rain down there?
Yeah, lots
guys
of rain.
I've been watching the weather map, and it's just all the rain is just staying down. South Georgia, northern Florida.
I think it was Friday night. We had like 5 inches.
Oh man!
Any
flooding? Yeah. Did you have any flooding in the area?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, when it rains hard like that, we get a little bit into the garage here. So
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Gets like a foot into the garage. So.
Yeah, that's not too bad, all things considered, I guess. Of course, you don't have basements, so there's nothing to flood down in the basement.
Yeah, both a good and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Don't have the extra space, but nothing to flood.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you don't have to worry, Wes, until you have to go to work by boat.
Yeah. Oh, good. So I was just blabbering on before you guys came on about the I guess they're going to release the R5 and the R6 over July 4th weekend. They said July 2nd, I think, is the release date for those things.
Yeah, something like that. I keep hearing rumors that it's coming in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. So, but I still haven't seen prices, so I don't know.
Yeah. I've been kind of watching the prices of the R, seeing when are they going to put that thing on sale, get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Probably right after these come out. I bet you see kind of the end of July, something like that. Yeah.
I'm ready to buy. Just need to find the deal I want.
Yeah. What are they selling for now? I haven't really stayed up to.
It's like $1,400 for a refurbished one.
Okay.
Like about $1,600 or $1,700 for a new one.
Okay. So they normally, what would they discount those? Probably 30-40% maybe. You might get down to $1,200, $1,100 for new. Yeah.
What I'd like to do is get it with the 24-105 f4L lens.
Ooh, okay.
For well under 2,000. If I can do that,
all right,
that'd be nice.
Is that a kind of a standard kit configuration for them? Do they do that normally, like at B&H or?
Yeah, it's a common package. You can either get the L lens or they have a regular cheaper lens that you can get it with as well. I think it's also a 24-105, but it's like 6.3 or something.
Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, okay. I'm going to B&H because that's where I always go. Mm-hmm. It says new release, new item coming soon. Okay.
Is that a full frame one you're talking about, Wes?
Yeah, full frame.
Yeah, it's just the regular Canon R, right? Yeah, just the EOS R.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so that is body and accessories, $1,800. This is off of B&H. $1,800 just for the body. 24-105 f4 is $2,700 right now. Was 2029. Yeah.
It's like 2,200 on the refurbished site right now.
Okay.
For that same kit.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. How about
strange how the Nikon company and Olympus, all of the price ranges all seem to be within 100 to 200 of each other.
Yeah. They have to be. Yeah. They're all pretty much all direct competitors. Yeah.
It's competition. Yeah. So they're gonna try to get in there. Whatever they can get for it, they'll get for it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. Yep. So that's kind of the target for you once the price comes down. Yeah. So you're looking for basically the refurb to drop by another 20% or so, probably. 10
to 20%. Yeah.
Yeah, to get it under 2,000 for the full. Yeah, that'd be a good setup. That'd be very nice.
That's going to make your 600 a 600.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only going to be 600. Darn.
It's not going to be 1,000 anymore. Yeah. You have to spend some money on camouflage clothing so you can get a little closer.
Yeah, and you can get a much better depth of field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will still use my ADD for wildlife stuff, but the R will be for other things.
Yeah, when you need the full full telephoto capabilities. Yeah.
I take it would take all your old Canon lenses you own.
Most of them. It'll the ones that are for the crop. They're specifically for crop sensor only.
Oh right, yeah.
Those it can use them, but you'll have to crop the pictures basically to use it.
Yeah. Does the camera know it's got a crop lens on when you put it on?
I think so, because you can. I've seen people put like the art lens. I have the Sigma art lens. That's the 18 to 35 1.8. You could put that on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a crop sensor lens.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
Interesting.
the 4K video is cropped anyway, so if you're doing video, it doesn't matter what lens you put on there.
Oh, so the 4K is cropped. Was it like a APS-C type anyway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 40. It's only 60% as big as it would as a full frame anyway. Yeah.
So when you do the video, can you get a 2K video at full frame?
It doesn't do 2K. It only does 4K or 1080p.
Okay. So yeah.
1080p is at full frame.
1080p. Yeah.
That's full frame.
Mm-hmm. It's like we were talking about the monitors, Dennis. 1080p is the affordable full frame monitor, and if you want to pay a lot extra, then you go up to the 4K monitors.
Yeah, I was wondering, the UHD TVs. Like the big one I got in the lounge is 4K.
Yep.
What do you reckon the colours are going to be like if you just plugged in a display? Use the TV as a display.
It depends. They're all over the place. Some are good, some aren't.
Yeah. I mean, I've used our TV downstairs, which I think is the same as yours, Dennis. It's a 65-inch. And I've done that, transferred, from my MacBook on there. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't use it for critical.
Yeah. No TV is good as a monitor if you're doing critical.
Yeah. Color critical stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be a bit.
Movies.
5,000 for a 100% monitor it's got to be something in it, which is television.
And you don't need that unless you're doing professional video editing. I would say, or real, professional photo or video, because you can get 95%. Was it 95, 96 is kind of the standard now. That's close enough.
Some of these gamers, I was looking at, because of the photographic manipulation, takes quite a lot of memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just looking at them and I'm thinking to myself, like, they got huge video cards, what cost 500 to run games in 4K.
You can hardly buy a video card for 500 that'll play a game nowadays. They're $1,000 and more. Yeah,
the video cards are more than the computer themselves. I mean, they have a minimal computer, and then the graphics card will be $2,000. The computer that's in will be $1,000.
Yeah,
that's see, my son's got he built his own upstairs, but he paid £500 for the video card. That was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was more than the processor.
Yeah,
that was probably before all the Bitcoin miners ramped up the prices too, because all the Bitcoin people are buying all the video cards.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, for the graphics processors.
That's why I can see that Nook, what they've got, is $1,000 now, because of the video card and the i7 chip it's got.
The video component's probably more expensive than the processor.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm waiting to see what at the moment there's a new one coming out in July apparently, and it costs about $3,000. So I don't know what a spec on that's going to be for a Nook.
Wow, is it going to be? Do they go up to 9? Do they have i9s now?
I think it's the 11.
Wow. Okay.
It was a Nook 11 or something.
Okay.
There's some details on it, but not technical details. They said it's supposed to be out this month, but they say it's going to be next month. Yeah,
I mean that would be. Yeah, I mean that would take care of most people's computer needs with a lot of graphics too. Something that's basically the size of like 3 decks of cards stacked together, little qubit playing cards.
Yeah, see, I was looking at the one what's out at the moment, that Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to run. It's going to run a 4K screen with no trouble. You can run 6 4K monitors on it.
Yeah.
If you had 6 4K monitors.
Yeah. No, that's a lot. That's a lot of processing power. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a pill as soon as this new one hits the market.
Mm-hmm.
I should expect that one to drop. You know, so maybe I'll wait a month.
Oh, here we go. This is what you need, Dennis. This is probably what they're talking about.
What I was looking at.
Yeah, Ghost Canyon. Yep, this one.
Yeah, Ghost Canyon.
Stream.
That's the new one. What's coming out? I think. Yeah.
Look at that. Gaming, content creation, and yeah. Ninth gen, 4K. Yeah, so it's all basically in the size of a double thick NUC, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Best mini desktop of CES. Look how big it is.
Yeah, they're not very big at all. I think the power supply is half the size of the computer.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. The fully configured is $1,800.
Fully.
The ninth has a i9, 8 gigs 8 gigs of video memory. Yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, see, I don't need that one. The one I was looking at's got the AMD video card.
Okay. Yeah.
4 gig, but if that can run 6 monitors, 4K monitors at once.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'll be able to run it. Now the question is, how many of it can it run at a real fast frame rate? That's the question that gets you for the gamers. Is it can run a 4K monitor, but can it run it at whatever? What do they want? 120 seconds FPS, that type of stuff.
Yeah. They're running at 144, I think.
So they can when they're doing competitive gaming, they don't want any lag at all, because that extra millisecond might be the difference between death and.
I don't need that for photography, because that smaller nook's gonna handle it. Anything you can put a Photoshop or GIMP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's amazing how. I mean, that's a lot of money, but it's not a lot compared to what it used to be. So it's all. Yeah.
Actually, Mark, I was reading today about your Adobe files. Apparently, GIMP can read them, and you can adjust stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. GIMP had an update this last week. I saw. Did you remember? Did you hear that?
I downloaded the latest one a few weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe it was a few weeks. I saw it on my feed. I haven't updated mine in a couple months, so I probably don't have the latest and greatest yet.
I know they were doing 3D rendering. So
yes.
It's obviously getting more and more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that if you add Adobe and you want to put your files into GIMP, it will read them, and you can carry on changing things. But he said, unlike the other way around, Photoshop won't read GIMP formats.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. No, it's getting more and more powerful. There's no doubt about that. It's not 100% directly compatible yet, but it will be pretty soon, I think.
Yeah. Well, they're saying anything what Photoshop brings out, the next edition of GIMP will have it in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Photoshop's huge, and it seems to be very. The professionals might use it, but only a small percentage of people like us would never use the huge facilities of Photoshop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Most people don't, but it is a pretty good. It's a well-designed interface for the most part, and it's been around forever, so a lot of people know how to use it. I mean, and that's although GIMP's getting closer and closer to to the same kind of usability.
Yeah. Did you download any add-ons for Photoshop? Because the article I was reading said if you start putting in loads of add-ons, it'll crash.
The only add-ons I had when I did Photoshop was the add-on that was specific for converting negative scans to so it was a color
Right. Yeah.
color conversion add-on that worked really, and that was really the only thing I ever used Photoshop for, was that add-on.
You see, I use ViewScan will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can scan and just say like, I want to see this not as a negative, I want to see it as a positive. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So that's all I was really using Photoshop for. So I've just got to figure out the best way to do it. I've started figuring out again, but I got to play around with it a little bit more, just on the.
Yeah. Well, me and my cousin have been playing. Apparently, he's gone out to dinner this evening, so he's probably not going to be on.
He's actually in a restaurant.
No. He goes to some friends.
Okay.
He used to go every other week to some friends. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well,
things are opening up again a bit now.
We're wide open here in Georgia. I think everything is theoretically open. Now, whether everybody goes out, I don't know. But they just opened up conventions. Large gatherings of people are allowed now, so they can do conventions and concert venues. And they don't require masks, and social distancing measures are suggested but not required. So.
Right. Well, tomorrow, all our non-essential shops are going to be allowed to open.
Oh, okay.
Our restaurants are not opening until July, I think.
Okay.
But you can't travel on public transport without a mask.
Okay.
They won't let you on, or you get fined. You know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know if we have. I think here pretty much everything is open. It's just a matter of whether people actually go out and do it, and whether the restaurants. They can be open, but some of them are still staying closed because it's just they don't have enough business to make it worthwhile.
We seem to have a load of demonstrations going on at the moment. In London, they seem to be destroying famous statues and.
Oh yeah, that's kind of the result of all the stuff that's been going on here.
Yeah.
Did you guys have some damage? Any more damage in? Your area, Wes? Any more stuff?
No, I don't think there was any more.
Yeah.
The statue of the slave trader.
Yeah, we saw that, and they dumped him in the river.
But I see them. They're recovering it on a crane, and now it's going to go to a museum. They're not going to
put it back in some warehouse, museum warehouse.
Yeah, that was like 200 years ago.
Yeah.
I thought what was out of order was they spray painted Winston Churchill's statue in Parliament Square, and they daubed it with racist on it,
Yeah.
But the guy was an aristocrat, he's born into like wealth and great big country houses, and in them days they must have treated everybody like a servant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a difficult because here, everybody's going after all the Confederate monuments and all that stuff, which most of them were put up during Jim Crow laws here, so you can see some reasoning for taking them down, but they should be set aside and kept as part of history. It is history for good or bad, and the challenge is I'm fine with them taking them down, because I do want, a lot of them were put up to intimidate people, but what I worry about is that they're not going to teach it. They're going to pretend it never happened.
Yeah, you can't change the history. What happens. If
you don't know about it, then you're kind of you maybe be doomed to repeat it. So it's interesting. It's an interesting time. And
was you in the Scouts?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, we'll see. Down in Poole Harbour, where the first Scout camp took place, is a statue of Baden-Powell, and he's sitting on a bench looking out to Brownsea Island, where the first Scout camp ever took place.
Okay. Yeah.
He's been boarded up, completely boarded over, because they're saying he's a target because he liked the fascists. He admired Adolf Hitler, and at the Hitler Youth.
Yeah, it was supposedly, that scouting was modeled after the brown shirts or whatever it was. So
Yeah. But it's crazy,
Yeah, it's
See, he was another one. I didn't realise they always called him Lord Baden-Powell, but he was a baron. Another one from the aristocracy.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I thought half the people in England were aristocracy.
Oh yeah. I come from a royal bloodline myself.
Sir Dennis.
Yeah, exactly. One day, you never know.
Knight of the what do we say? Knight of the super wide. It'll be Knight of the super wide.
Super wide, yes.
Sir Dennis Boone, Knight of the super wide.
Yeah, I'll probably get a knighthood for my services to GIMP.
Yes.
I was just listening to a twit today, and they were talking about what is that, Sealand or whatever, that you can get you can be a lord or a lady or a.
Oh yeah, that's an old wartime fort out in the Thames Estuary.
Yeah. Like 30 pounds, you can be a lord.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because it's in the 60s, the hippies got on there, and it was a pirate radio station.
Mm-hmm.
Oh okay.
Yeah. And they used to broadcast
So is it its own little autonomous state in the?
Yeah, it's like I think it goes right back to like Napoleon times, where it was built to like stop any Spanish ships coming up the Thames Estuary.
Oh, so they're an independent. Are they like a not a kingdom, but what do they call it?
Yeah,
like Monaco is, that type of thing.
It must have been outside our territorial waters for them to claim it's an independent place.
So they're selling nobility titles to raise money. Is that what the deal is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it worked in the past as well. If you was friends with the prime minister, apparently, going back a few hundred years, if you drop the guy a few £100, which obviously would have been a phenomenal amount of money.
Yeah.
You ended up on the New Year's honours list and became a lord.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same here. You donate enough to the campaign of a politician, you're going to be on the board or something.
Yeah, be on the board or in the cabinet or
right.
Yeah.
Or if you got
an ambassador, you become an ambassador.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it? Because it don't matter how much money I ever get together, I'm never going to be the king.
It's the same thing as what they used to do back in the Middle Ages. What was it? Indulgences. If you paid enough money to the church, you were guaranteed not to go to hell. So the same thing.
Yeah, but don't forget we had the Witchfinder General in this country.
That was the title, Witchfinder General.
Yeah. What we used to roam around the UK. Having a word with a local vicar, and if you didn't go to church, then obviously you must be a witch.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I remember when I was a Boy Scout, standing in a place in Kent, and there was a horse trough on the island in the middle of the road, and it said, "In memory of Margaret Polly," right? Burnt at the stake in Tunbridge Wells for witchcraft, along with 2 warlocks. It says it was the last person to be burnt at the stake.
And they're like, if this trough would have been full of water at the time, they could have saved her, but there was no water.
Yeah. And of course, we had the ducking stool. They tied you to a chair, and they dropped you in the river. And if you drowned, you were innocent. But if you survived, you got burned at the stake.
If you survived, you were a witch, and then you got pulled out of the water and burned.
Yeah, it was a kind of no-win situation.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah.
We looked after our citizens in them days.
Yeah. Oh man, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. That's for sure, man.
Yeah. I mean, whatever country you go to has got some shady history.
Oh yeah. That way they were always right. We dumped her in the river and she didn't come up, so she was not a witch, but she's dead anyway. But and then her sister popped up to the top, and obviously she was a witch, so we pulled her out of the river and we burned her.
Yeah, because all the people protesting in London, they got no idea about the real history. They're there to cause as much trouble as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas they were saying that the British were the first to do away with slavery.
Mm-hmm.
1807, I think it was, they became illegal in this country.
Yep.
And they said the Royal Navy freed thousands of slaves from the ships being transported to America.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And they said that 20,000 British sailors lost their lives doing it,
Mm-hmm.
intercepting the slave ships. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big. There's a big controversy was who Britain was supporting during our Civil War because they couldn't go against the South because they needed all the textiles that came out of the South, all the cotton, but they couldn't support the North. Yeah, so it was very. They were they just had to play both sides against the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, it was shady because apparently the Royal Navy sailors were dressed as civilians, aiding the South during the Civil War.
Yeah,
the North blockading their ports.
Yep. Yeah.
And they said it was a long time before America forgave them.
Yeah. That's.
I don't understand that, Omar, because the slavery was abandoned there. So basically, they were still supporting slavery.
Oh yeah. So that made it easier for them to abandon it because they were still getting the benefit of it.
Yeah. So it's all down to money again.
Yeah, it does. It all comes down to money. Well, speaking of money, let's look at some images because I'm sure some of these can sell for lots of money. There we go. Got to come up with a transition somehow. So I think this was the last one last week. I think was Jose's Roadrunner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that, and then Simi is I don't see him in the chat, so maybe he's not tonight. But he's still out doing. I don't know why I'm not getting EXIF. I don't have to. There we go. All right, there we go. So this was okay. This was taken 2 weeks ago, basically. The same spot. Rhythmic, 49-second exposure. Not bad. Yeah, very nice.
I think he might be using a circular polarizer on this one, so you can see like through the water.
Oh yeah.
He stacked a circular polarizer and a 10 stop.
I don't know. Would that? I guess it would work.
Or did 2 exposures or something? I don't know.
Because that's true. How do you get the seeing into the water, especially over here in this area?
He got screw-in filters, or has he got the ones what slide in?
I think he probably just uses a screw-in because he only uses one lens, really.
I think he does. Yeah.
And if you put 2 filters on the top of another one, you're going to start getting vignetting in the edges of your pictures.
Yeah.
He might have cropped that too. But yeah, that is a good point, Wes. You kind of wonder because you can kind of see through the water. Mm-hmm. And if it was a 49-second exposure, you would think that the water would be
blurred out.
Enough movement that you wouldn't be able to see through it. So
it has a little bit of blur, but you can still see through it. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's cool though. I like it.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting. Yeah. It is. That's a good effect. It came out good. Okay, so this is the black and white for Joe, which is nice. I would take that. I don't know which one. I don't know which one's better. I don't know. I think I might like the color one on this one.
Yeah, I like the color on this one as well.
Yeah.
Do you think he stacked these? That he's taken a shot?
I bet he is doing some of that. 2 shots. Yeah.
He's safe because those rocks you wouldn't be able to see in the water like that. Not for that kind of time exposure.
Yeah. It's probably a composite. Yeah.
There's waves in the background there.
Yeah.
They're rolling in.
Yeah. Take one shot at a quick shutter speed to freeze everything, and then if it's a composite, would it show that? I don't know. That's what's interesting.
Yeah, you can put them on top of each other and then erase the.
Yeah, whichever one is the primary one. Yeah. Yeah, you raise that one to the top, and it pulls the exit from that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've done this week as well, because I put one up. What I've
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Cool. All right, so here he goes. He is doing some more of his intentional camera movement.
Yeah.
This looks like. I wonder if he colored this, or is this just like moss colored rocks?
I was just looking at it, and I'm thinking it looks like someone's vomiting peas.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a neat color in the effect. This was a 1 second exposure. Okay, at f11. So 50. Okay. So probably.
Positively fast.
Yeah. Just enough for him to move the camera in some planned motion.
Well, you got to give it to Simi. He's trying all different things now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing. The 2 images I posted this week were my attempt at doing that too, and it's kind of interesting. He's getting better results than me, but I just literally went out into my backyard and tried a few just to see what it was like, and I can see it takes a lot of practice to do it.
Yeah. Did you put your camera on like 5 seconds delay and then swing it round?
No, I did. I was basically doing like a 1/10 of a second or an 1/8 of a second, because that was what Simi was saying, and then I would start moving the camera and then depress the shutter button.
Right.
And that seemed to be smooth, but that's tough to get to get what you want in frame to happen as you're moving the camera. That seems to be the hardest part. But this is Simi's doing a good job here. I don't know what this is. Looks like maybe some grass or something. Yeah.
Does he not say what it is?
Yeah. He just says.
Or is it someone's hair?
It might be.
Could be anything.
Yeah. It is probably, knowing Simi, it's probably some sort of nature type object.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it could be some grass or a rock. But I would think this is probably some type of something. It could be the hair on his dog. Who knows?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes I get pictures like that when I'm walking back to the car and my camera shutter fires on accident.
Yep. Hanging and it moves.
Just the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, and I dumped all those files. I should have kept them and framed them.
Yeah. You never know. You get some good results out of it.
Yeah.
So, undulation. So I wonder if this is. Yeah, this looks like this might be water.
Yeah.
But who knows? Now that's very nice. Though. I mean, that's a nice progression of kind of dark to light, and it's well framed, nice frame, nice cropping. Yeah, that came out. But yeah, that is okay. So here we go. Moment of stillness. Oh, 299 seconds. So once again, you're still able to see the rocks. So I'm wondering if maybe he took a shot of this and then put it on top.
He's not here to be asked.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
He's probably not shooting. Yep.
Here he comes. Yeah.
There we go. We start talking about him and he shows up. Is he oh, he's driving. Okay. Yeah, okay. That looks like a boat driving. Yeah. Looks like you are driving down the road. Yeah, we got a view of the transmission there. So 299 seconds. This is a fail because he should have just gotten that extra second to make it an even 300.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
So are you viewing the? You're viewing the screen on your. Looks like. Oh, maybe you are. Yeah. Yeah, we can't hear you. You must be driving.
I think you might have
A little
dropped.
bit of a delay there.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he's doing black and white. So we got a choice to make here. Color or black and white again. I think I like the color better on this one again.
Yeah.
I think it's just because of the lighting on these rocks here looks better. And yeah, I think so. There's just more stuff going on in the color image, and it's not in a bad way. It's just good. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Very nice. There's the black and white. So nice. But, okay. Island in the Mist. I seem to remember I've seen this island at some point in the past, but I couldn't.
Looks familiar.
Yeah. 15 seconds. Get a little bit of. Okay. Yeah, there's just a little bit of fog surrounding it. That's nice. It was taken June 6th. Okay. Yeah, this would be a neat scene in the winter if you had snow on the trees. I think that'd be very nice. With the trees bare and then some snow or frosting on the trees. Yeah, that's very nice though. Cheshire, Connecticut.
Yeah, not that easy to get to.
Oh, that took some walking to get to that spot. Yeah.
No, it's on a bridge, kind of, not a bridge, but it's a road across the reservoir.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
in the wintertime, there wouldn't be any place to really park.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that would be neat if you could do. I think that would be a neat. Just the way it lays out, I think that would be interesting to get some snow on it. But it's kind of cool. And this one, oh, rocks in the water. So it must have done some coloring on this, I would imagine. Some selective coloring?
Yeah, just tinted it red.
Okay.
Tinted it red.
Okay. So did you move the camera in a circular motion?
For that one, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Just kind of twist your wrists.
Yep.
You get a circular kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, do you depress the shutter before you twist?
That's only on the longer shutter speeds, like maybe 2 seconds or so, where you got a little time.
Mm-hmm.
For the ones that are like half a second or second or faster than that, you have to do it almost simultaneously.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of have to like already be moving and then press it, and
Yeah. Okay.
hopefully you got where you were aiming for.
Yeah, that's what I found in the little bit I tried last week. I literally just went into the backyard after the show and did that, and that's what I found is you got to be moving, then press the shutter and hope you get in the right spot. Yeah, that's neat. A shellfish reminds me of those. Oh. Yeah, that is an interesting. Reminds me of the buildings being blown over from the atomic bomb tests.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they show that the video of things getting
Yeah.
So this is I guess it is okay. Yep, there's a shellfish trap, which is kind of like a mesh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You would have no idea what this was unless you tell people. You're like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
No idea.
you could say that was the old Alamo atomic test, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's going to say no. It's not.
No, yeah. Or it could be a shellfish trap in the bay.
Yeah.
Keep on. Whoa. Closed boardwalk in March. Ooh, I like this. So this looks like it was an up and down movement then, right across the middle of the frame.
Yep.
Half a second? Yep, half a second. Very nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
because.
Well,
Go ahead.
short time would be not abstract enough, so I had to fool around with the time on this one.
Okay. Yeah. You got some interesting these lines coming across on the top. Look like is that support for the pier, or is it like sun rays or something? It was kind of coming in from the top, kind of angled in. Those are neat.
Yeah, that's what goes from the guardrails.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, what makes this one neat is you've got the railing going down the side, so that gives you that nice vertical lines to follow. And if you just move it up and down, yeah. Interesting. And this was intentional, not move your camera. Huntington Beach. Okay, 600 millimeters. Yep. California slowly opening. Wow, that's a nice image. Very nice. Got nice, good capture of I've been concentrating on what he's doing next. And,
What speed was that taken at then, Mark? That's
1/50th. Yeah. It's f6, which is probably maximum aperture at 600. So okay. Mazda. All right. It's not a Volkswagen, it's a Mazda. Yeah, it's a nice.
Yeah, I sold the Volkswagen years ago.
You
Couple
did?
years ago.
Oh no. Me too, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice shot. Ooh, this is into the ether. So this is okay. Low tide looks like sandbar on the beach.
Yeah, extreme low tide.
Yeah. It is one of the lower tides all year, maybe, huh?
I think you could. I think the full moon was the same day, so you could walk out almost half a mile, almost 3/4 of a mile out.
Wow.
Wow.
Want to make sure you get back in time, though. Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, that's a great kind of leading lines going through. Yeah. And it was okay, 1/4 of a second. These fastest. Nice. Oh, there's another one. Hey, look at that. SpongeBob SquarePants characters on the board. That's nice. Let's take a look and see. Yep. R. Payne. So is that the board designer or the surfer, I wonder? Or is Payne the guy that does SpongeBob SquarePants? I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. It's neat. I like that. The color on the board, and he's right in the middle of finishing a turn, getting ready to start another one, it looks like. Yeah. Very nice.
Nice shot.
Yeah. Now here we go. Dreams like. Oh. 721 seconds. This might be a new record.
I think that might be a new record.
12 minutes in a second.
Yep, that was a real long one.
Yeah, I would say. Oh, there's Frank. How you doing, Frank?
Hey guys,
Good. How long have you been waiting? Hopefully not too long. Minute or two?
yeah, a couple.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Had to keep it shutter open long enough to get all the color that was left.
Okay. Now, is this a composite? Did you blend? Did you take another shot at the beginning and blend them?
No, didn't have to.
Okay.
Water was pretty calm, so
All right.
when you get into we don't get like waves unless there's a storm. So
Okay.
a lot of the water motion is pretty tame, especially when
Okay.
it comes into the rocks.
Okay.
You don't get a lot of movement, even when it's choppy out at the other parts, or when it
Mhm.
gets down towards the shore, it chills out a little.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. I would think there would be more movement than there is, but yeah, if it's a pretty quiet bay area, then maybe not.
Remember, it's Long Island Sound, so
Yep. Very nice.
the waters don't get rough until you get towards Rhode Island, where it's more towards the open end.
Okay. All right. So this is kind of the back end of the bay then, huh?
More like the middle.
Okay.
Fairfield County and towards New York City, that's where it's like you're really sheltered there. I don't think you get anything there.
Okay. All right. This is nice. We've got the rocks kind of placed across the front of the. Kind of forms a little amphitheater for you to watch the sun.
When it's more active, or when it's more like on a windy day,
Mm-hmm.
those clear areas wind up looking more like milk
Okay.
because you're getting more. It's not even the motion; it's more that you're getting the stuff going in and out.
Okay. Yeah. Just moving a little more, not necessarily on the surface, but just the water underneath almost. Yeah. Huh. Very nice. There we go. Frank, this was taken a while ago, but yep. So was this taken from where was it? Looks like you're almost in a you were up above thing. Were you on?
You have a cruise ship. Put it on there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that taken from the bow of a cruise ship on its way to Alaska. Okay.
How do you get a steady shot at 160th on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
it's a big boat.
Yeah, big boat, steady water.
Put my elbows on the armrest or the railing rather.
Yeah.
I've never been on a really big boat, so I don't know how much they move or not.
Not much at all. You can barely feel it.
It's a neat one. You got what's the Coit Tower? There's Coit Tower, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but Frank, you're using a 6x4.5 on this, yeah, film camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that lens.
Yeah, I don't remember specifically, but I may have had my GorillaPod attached to the camera as well. So I may have used the GorillaPod to put it on the railing.
Oh,
But
okay.
it could have been handheld.
Okay.
Yeah, so that 35mm, that'd be equivalent to about 20mm wide angle on
Yeah.
28.
it. 28, yeah. Yeah, it's a nice wide angle.
Yep. It is. Yeah, that's a nice because you're out. You're pretty close to the bridge at this point, I would think, right?
About halfway to it, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we've
Yeah, those
done-
shots, I didn't like them.
Yeah, we've when we lived there, we took a it was out to the Farallones. We took it was a wildlife watching cruise out to the Farallones. So that was kind of cool. One of the highlights was just going underneath the Golden Gate Bridge in a boat. That was pretty cool. But
I'd like to redo this image though. I think the framing, it's because this is obviously a crop from another image.
Yeah.
So more sky, less water to get a different put the third in a different area. I don't particularly care for how much water I put into the frame.
you would maybe take half the water away and add it to the sky.
Yeah, there's plenty of room in the original for me to raise the crop.
Okay. Yep. Different take. Yeah. I mean, especially the sky looks really interesting too. Got some neat clouds, and that's that would be, and then it would kind of accentuate the height of the buildings and the hills a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
This is going to be a redo.
Yeah. That's half the fun. Redoing stuff. You can definitely do it. Oh, there we go. June 24th. There you go. A selfie in the in the globe.
Trapped in a bubble.
Yep. So is this at the
Busch Gardens?
Busch Gardens?
Victoria.
Okay.
Nice place. Really nice.
Yeah. That's neat.
Probably the best time to go there is in the spring,
Yeah. You were there.
not so much in the summertime.
Yeah. It get a little hot there in the summer.
Yeah.
No, I would think like April would be a really good month to go there, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is this on Vancouver Island, Frank?
I'm not sure where it's at, other than Victoria. I would have to look on a map, or excuse me, is it? I said Victoria, didn't I?
Yes.
So that's Victoria Island, then yeah. I would have to go to a map.
Yeah. So this was taken from that same cruise where we stopped there.
Yeah, this was the first stop we made,
Okay.
and from here we went straight to Alaska.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's neat. I like that. Nice. Nice capture. Oh, there we go. Got that guy.
Yeah, he doesn't look too impressed.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I think I'm falling. My bet is he didn't land on that boarding. Maybe he did, but I don't know. It's cool.
Yeah. It looks like he's about ready to wipe
Fall
out.
off, yeah. Looks like physics is not his friend right now.
No.
It's a nice
Gravity
shot,
sucks.
though. It's nice, yeah. I like the expression on the character. He's like, oh well.
Yeah.
He's got that. There's Simmy. Hey, Simmy, you're home.
Yep.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a good shot, Jose. I like that one. That's very nice. 1250. Yep. Ooh, there's some thunder. Oh, I might get some rain.
We don't have any surfboarders up around this way.
Yeah. You got to get up. They do up on farther up the coast, don't they? When they get up into New Hampshire and that type of stuff, don't they surf up there? Massachusetts.
When I was up at Noble at Maine, I know they go out and they surf out there, but still the waves don't look.
Yeah, it's not quite the same. It's probably a little chillier too up there too.
It seems to me a lot of work for a little reward.
Yeah, That's true. That's a nice shot. I like that. That's I think what makes the shot is the expression of the character on the board. For me, it's kind of, hey, look at that. All right, so yeah, not much surfing going on in this bay here.
No.
So is this the same? It is. It's the same bay, just a little different composition then, huh?
Different night.
Different night. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Literally.
Lucky last week we had a string of good nights.
Okay. This is on a Thursday night. Yeah. And you must have been in a hurry. It was only a 6-minute exposure. You must have been in a rush. Get somewhere. It's like, hurry up! I got to go somewhere. I only have time for a 6-minute exposure.
No, this is only the light after this it just kind of died.
Really, it just kind of went away. Yeah.
The cloud fronts were starting to move in, and
Okay. Yeah, we got some nice. Got a few people out there on the jetty. Looks like. Yep. That's nice. You got some great color there.
I always find it funny that when I'm out photographing and I'm waiting for the light to get really good, or at least about ready so I can just go out and set up and take the picture, I'm going in and all these people with their cameras are coming out.
Yeah.
I'm going, where are you going? The light is just about ready to get really good.
Yeah. Yep. That's the difference. People are leaving, and now I like this. So let me go back to that one. So this is the moss on the rocks. So I'm going to go back because you had an image of this one. Was that taken in that same area, or is this rocks, moss-covered rocks in the bay?
those are in Milford. That's a few towns over.
Okay.
Sammy, you need to work on your focusing, man.
Yeah. So were these rocks in water or just along a path?
Nope, they're in the water. They're actually underneath the water.
Okay. All right.
This was a pool left during that low tide.
Okay. All right. So yeah, just the green is very, very nice.
That's cool. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, very nice. Now we got to get back to that one. Okay.
Same rocky beaches, but even the whole ecosystem is different between the two.
Yeah. Yep. Got that, and then there we go. So this was literally went out in the backyard last week after the show. We still had a little bit of light, and let me refresh this. I don't remember what this was. So this was 1/10 of a second. Yeah, F8, F7. Yeah, F7 It's obviously a vertical movement from top to bottom, I think. Yeah.
That got you to pick up your camera.
Yeah. Every once in a while, a mistake happens, and I pick up this camera and I do something with it. I don't know, but yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I did like 40 or 50 shots just playing around with the movement and everything, and it's tough to do it right. You've got to. There's a lot of randomness involved. Yeah.
I kind of look for patterns, lines, and light and shadow.
Yeah, and that's what kind of got me. This is a big. This is our backyard ends right here, and then we got the rest of our backyard was a bunch of pine trees and stuff, and so this was the one sweet gum tree, which is a lighter color than all the other pine trees, which are the darker color ones, and then a little bit of the sky. So, yeah, well, it came out. Just kind of enjoying that one, and then this one, this one was just kind of pointing up more towards the tree tops where the sky was peeking through the tree tops. So kind of that same, 1/8 of a second at F10. So Yeah, it's interesting. I could see it's a way to take something that's just ordinary and plain and turn it into something maybe a little bit more interesting just by moving the camera as you create the image. So yeah.
I got some interesting ones coming up. I still have to go through a bunch of them. That,
Okay.
I don't know. They remind me of otherworldly, like outer space kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't try any twisting. I just tried horizontal or vertical movement, and this was obviously horizontal. So it's
This image reminded me of that playground little thing that would go carousel, that metal carousel that go around, with the bars they held on to.
Yep.
This reminded me of what the perspective would be like from one of those. I didn't know that was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw this.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's definitely got a sweeping motion to it. Yeah. I had one of those. It was called, what was it? It was they called it a whirly bird. So it was a little, like a 4-person thing, and you would sit on it and you would move the handle back and forth. You go faster and faster and faster. And I had one of those in the backyard as a kid, and yeah, and you would do that, and you'd get off it, and you just get so dizzy. And that's what I thought of when I saw this. That same, like, whoa. So yeah, cool. All right. So here you got Dennis with the Voigtlander.
Yeah, the bee was on top of the flower.
Okay.
And he took off like a jump jet, He just come back.
Oh, so he was taking off going backwards.
He was taking off going backwards, yeah.
Ah.
And that was more luck than judgment with the focus, because that was wide open.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting.
Gotta love the pop.
Yeah. The colors are great, and the bee is actually fairly sharp.
Yeah, it weren't bad, because I had the Voigtlander close focus adapter wide open as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. 2,000th of a second. So yeah.
Yeah, it certainly destroyed the background anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's neat. And the flower, the little bloom is. Did you do any coloring, or is this the natural color of it?
That's how it is. Yeah, that's
Wow.
it.
Almost look like it's gold, dipped in gold or paint or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't last very long. The tops will just go brown, and that'll be it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just probably just a few days like that, and then it's done. That's a neat shot. I really like that. You call it just be the flower. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Now this is 2.
Okay.
This was one taken at f8 and one taken wide open.
Okay. So you did wide open to get the background, and then f8 to get the flower.
So all I've done was I stuck the f8 image on top of that, and then erased all round to give me blurred background.
So you can get a little bit of the blur of the
because
flower.
f1.2 there's like a halo effect anyway.
Yeah. That's got an interesting look to it too. And you didn't do anything real other than just stacking the images. You didn't do put any other filters or anything on the image other than the frame.
No, it's just one image on top of the other. Then I use
colors on that are great
to take away all the sharp background, exposing the blurred background behind, because the flower itself wasn't in that much focus, because the f1.2 you can't get it all. You can only get a bit.
Yeah. That's neat. I mean, the colors on that flower and the tech, it just looks like doesn't look like it's real. I mean, the colors and everything, it's just got a real interesting thing to it. That's a neat shot. I like that. I
think that's getting quite close to the colors of. There's a color that digital cameras can't do. Is it lilac? There's one color in the spectrum that it can't do.
Oh, that the digital sensors can't reproduce?
Yeah, they can't reproduce it, and what it does, it gives you the what it thinks it is, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not the real color. I can't remember what it is now. It's like a lilac
Dennis,
color.
you're right. You're right. It's in that purple spectrum that sensors have a problem.
So
Yeah,
it just automatically shifts to some other thing just because it's not. Yeah.
because
But if you had a color checker passport, it would automatically adjust the colors for you.
yeah, but it can't. It literally can't reproduce it for some reason. Yeah, it's really weird. But the digital cameras have been churning out this color, substitute color, and everybody now believes that color is that color.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing so many photographs of the digital version of it. Yeah.
Trillions of digital images with that color in it. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to have a piece of photographic paper off the film probably to do the image to compare it with.
Yeah. Now here's something with no color in it.
Yeah, now this is I took this through an infrared R72 filter.
Okay.
What took my attention to this? Can you see a face on one of those leaves?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right here. Right
Yeah.
here.
Thinner, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just like thinking to myself,
What's it look like? It looks like,
it is an image of someone's head, isn't it?
yeah.
It is.
You figure out who that
That's
is,
something
publish it.
immediately.
And you can charge people to come into your garden and look at the face.
Yeah. I mean, this could become as famous as the Turin Shroud.
Yeah. Is this ivy, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it's just ivy. I was just seeing what effect the digital camera would have with an infrared filter.
Yeah. Now, when you do, oh, you can't because you have the filter on it. I was going to say, if you took one without the filter, would this be here or not? I wonder.
Yeah, well, it was so dark. I had to focus the camera first,
Yeah.
and then put the filter on because you couldn't even see for it. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah. Now, there is a face there. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
can
was just,
figure out who it is. It kind of looks like,
it took my eye. Yeah, it's as if it's an alien face of some kind.
there you go.
Yeah. The garden's haunted.
Yeah, so you've got the spirits in your garden there, Dennis.
Yeah, you see, and you can't see them unless you've got an infrared filter.
Yeah. And you could charge people to come into your garden and have them rent infrared glasses.
Yeah.
And they can look at the image. And then you can get that 8K monitor.
Yeah. But where do I buy a pair of 8K eyes to operate?
Yeah.
Dennis, I would really love to see what that image looks like if you processed it where the white parts of the leaves were probably 2 to 4 times brighter, just to make them really pop.
Yeah, but don't forget, I had to take the red cast off of this because I didn't have the camera set to black and white.
Mhm.
So you had infrared image, really. It was all red, so I had to convert it, desaturate it back to black and white.
Well, could you do like some sort of selective color enhancement? Just pick that
Yeah.
white and then tweak it and see what happens maybe.
Just like you do it in Lightroom where you just click and drag. But I
Yeah.
don't know if you can do that in GIMP.
Maybe instead of desaturating it, I'll grayscale it and see if there's any difference, you know?
Yeah.
Or just raise the contrast.
Yeah, 'cause,
But yeah, it's nice.
I was just experiment, you know. And it
Mhm.
was the face on the leaf. I thought, oh, you guys are just going to say I put him there.
Yeah. No. So, yeah, we don't know if it's a real image because I don't see a shopping trolley and
There's
moon.
no there.
Yeah.
It's like an old bald English guy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definite image there. You got to figure out who it is, and then you can get everybody. Have a little shrine to them and charge admission, and it'd be good.
Well, you know what's going to happen? It'll probably turn out to be some slave trader, and they're going to come around and trash it.
Yeah, burn your house down or something.
Exactly.
Mhm. Yeah, that's neat though. That's a neat image. The infrared filter does a good, interesting
Yeah, but it doesn't give the image I get when I was using infrared film.
Yeah.
Yeah, the infrared film really came out. The water was black and the grass was white.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's just the difference between film and the digital sensor, ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting. It's a good image.
I won't be taking the filter pack off my sensor though.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
Well, you can, because you're going to want to upgrade your camera anyway. Once the new Canons come out, then Sony's going to have to up their game. So they're going to come out with a new one.
Yeah, that's true.
And Nikon's going to come out with a new one. That means Simi's going to have to get a new camera.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 years old now, so it's probably worthless.
Yeah. Simi's rolling his eyes. You're not getting a new camera next month when the new ones roll out.
I think that thing's almost 5 years old.
Yeah, it still does a good
You
job.
should get the GFX 100.
Which one?
The GFX 100 by Fujifilm.
Oh, yeah. Somebody would like to donate that to me. I'd gladly take that.
I'm surprised you haven't bought yourself a large format yet, Sidney.
No, I'm not. I'm already griping about carrying the stuff I already carry. The large format, my God. Trying to kill me?
That's why you need that large format digital. You need that medium format digital.
That thing would only go where there's easy parking. Just walk out, set it up.
Yeah.
I've seen.
That large format digital camera was about 80 grand, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah, where they're trying to do a 4x5, supposedly a 4x5 sized sensor.
Yeah. And
but the GFX 100 is about 10,000, isn't it, Frank? Isn't that about what it is?
It's 10 grand and it's 102 megapixels.
Okay.
It's got the resolution of an 8x10.
Okay.
There's guys out there that were 8x10 shooters, and they're saying that it's a good reason not to have to drag out the view camera. That's how good this thing is.
Yeah.
Of course, it lacks the movements, but as far as resolution, it's way up there. So what do you figure when they come out with the GFX 100 Mark II? This one will probably drop down in price, probably around $3 grand.
Yeah.
And that's probably when you want to buy it. Yeah. Right now, unless you're making money with it, it's stupid to buy it.
Yeah. $10,000 basically. Yeah. It got a 90% it got a gold award on DP Review. So.
Stunning camera.
Yeah.
It's about the size of a D5 or a EOS 1.
Mm-hmm.
Not very big, relative.
I wonder how many of those they've sold. I'd be interested
Tons.
to see. Yeah.
Tons.
You think so?
Actually, the factory, they ran out of stock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're selling like hotcakes.
For professional landscape photographers, is that?
Landscape photographers, product photography.
Okay, product photography might be a big one, yeah.
Commercial work, yeah.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, for commercial, product photography, industrial photography.
Yeah, shooting things like shots for movies where you're going to have to make a big billboard or something, or maybe something like a full height shot of an actor or something that gets placed in a movie theater. Something where you can get relatively close up to the subject, not like a billboard. Or relatively close to the print, I should say. Yeah. And actually, it needs to maintain its sharpness. That thing is just
that would be
amazing.
Sharp. Yeah, that would make sense.
Well.
Yeah. And it's expensive, but relatively not if you're actually producing and selling stuff with it. Yeah. Yeah.
You got to say compared to what?
Yeah.
When you take a look at that thing, and if other digital cameras in its range are any indication, once this camera gets replaced with a new model, it's the zoom. You'll find them used all over the place, probably for a third of the price.
Yeah, and then it gets to relatively affordable. There you go.
There we go. Then at that point, you take a look at what a new Z7 and all the lenses cost, or an EOS 1 or a D6.
Yeah.
And that's when actually, when you can get some of these lenses in the body used, the price is very competitive.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's when buying used makes a lot of sense for those types of things. Yeah. I'd be, well, I won't say I'd be tempted to do that, but it would be interesting. I could see in 10 years or so, those types of, be selling for a couple $1,000s, $3,000 new, instead of 10, and $1,500 and $2,000 used in really good shape.
You take a look at the Pentax 645D, that was 10,000 new, and now you can pick it up for about 3,500 new.
Yeah.
And used about $1,800.
Yeah. Pretty competitive.
Not hold their value.
Yeah.
At all.
No. Which is a good thing if you want to buy used, and then you just hang on to it. Yeah. Let somebody else take the depreciation hit and go from there. So.
Exactly.
Oh, good.
Got a used camera.
What do you got there, Simi?
This one's slightly used.
Yeah. How many shutter actuations do you have on that? Do you know?
I do not. I can look it up, but I don't know. But I'm pretty sure.
Like we were joking last week, it's not shutter actuations for you. It's hours of use. It's like an industrial motor. When you get like a big diesel, it's like it's only got 5,000 hours of use. So we need hours of sensor use.
Well, now it's both, because with this other thing, I'm doing like 300.
Yeah,
380.
Yeah, you do a bunch to get one or two that work. Yeah. Well, that makes up for all those 400-second exposures.
Here's a new one. It's just you just punch it.
Yeah, I imagine there's. So, are there official, not official moves, but what are considered? Well, obviously horizontal, vertical. I would see diagonal would be one, and then twisting. Those would be the four I would see that would be the most natural. And then,
sure. Then you can combine it. Like this one has you can do the multiple exposures in it. I think you do up to 3.
Okay.
And the bad thing about it is you can't be in live view, so it has to be like. So it's really guesswork. You have to kind of line it up and then you do three things.
3 different ways. Yeah.
You do movement plus the 3 exposures together.
Oh, so you could do vertical, horizontal, and across and see what you get. Yeah. Lots of opportunity for experimentation there. That's for sure. Yeah.
And sometimes you get a subject and then you kind of just explore. You use one movement and another, and then just to see what you get. Like that shellfish trap.
Yeah.
I had a lot of shots of it, but then there was one where I was actually zooming and then panning across it. That's how that.
Okay.
And so it's in and then across, and I think that's what the result was for that one. Okay. I said it looked like that one of those buildings from the atomic blast.
Yeah, like when they show the slow motion film of the blast blowing over all the buildings. Yeah. Huh.
Seems to me the things you'd be most concerned about is color theory and contrast with something like this. Obviously, your composition is out the door, and subject matter doesn't matter either. But,
you're just looking for a shape or something, but then you got to make sure you get the contrast of the colors right.
Contrast and complementary colors or contrasting colors like blues and reds and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It all helps.
Which is a little harder to do when you're intentionally, when you're moving the camera. Yeah. That's why you take so many shots now. You got to take 100 shots to get one that works.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
All the different options, different movement, top to bottom, bottom to top, left to right to left. Yeah.
There's been some days where you don't get any.
Kind of like wildlife photography, almost.
Yeah.
Take a bunch of birds in flight, and you're like, I took 500 shots, and none of them are any good. So you pick out the best of the worst, and that's as good as you're going to get for that day. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Hey, speaking of best worst, this was a good show. So we get good enough perspective. Next week is Father's Day, so I don't know if we're going to be doing Father's Day stuff. Should we delay the show or postpone it next week?
I will be at the in-laws' house, so no, I won't be here.
Okay.
I won't be around either.
Okay. Dennis, well, it's midnight there, so all the celebration will be done by the time we start.
Yeah. I'll be around.
Are you going to be
We'll just be getting started.
next week, Wes? You're going to be?
Yeah, I should be able to be here.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do a show. Let's see if I can get out and do some more ICM. That's easy for me to do. I can just go out in my yard and find something to point the camera at and move it around, see what happens. Actually, I got my deck, which is kind of interesting with the vertical posts, and that might be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier to do than macro photography.
Macro? Oh man.
Well, it's easier to attempt than macro photography.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got to get.
I get good results. At least you can do it. You can do it anywhere.
Yeah. Anything. Like I said, you can turn a completely boring subject and be interesting when you move it. The intentional camera movement can be interesting.
You could be at the airport.
Yeah.
They might throw you out.
First thing, they kick you out and say, "Hey, we've got a crazy man with a camera in the airport." Hey, it's always good to get the attention of the public. Okay, guys. Yeah, we'll do a show next week then. So everybody have a good week. Stay safe, healthy. Use your camera if you can. I'm going to try. And we're back, and we're looking for Dennis to have started. We're going to wait for that viral video of whoever he identified in his Ivy Leaf to go. And, if it makes the 24-hour news channel.
I'll have a look tomorrow, see if he's still there.
Yeah. Just remember, if you charge admission, you've got to have proper social distancing measures for people to come into your garden and pay money to see the face.
I never noticed it when I was taking the picture.
Okay.
It's only when I put it on the screen and that, and framing it up on myself.
Yeah.
It looks like a face.
Yeah.
It's an infrared ghost.
Yeah, it is. Yep. That's the ghost of the garden. All right. Okay, guys, have a great week. Good
Yeah.
show.
See you guys.
As always, we'll see you. Take care, guys.
Take care.
All right.